County, a former Camp Hill prison guard will spend the rest of his life in prison. He pleaded no contest today to murdering a local attorney at a rifle range 2 years ago and was immediately sentenced. Megan Healy is live in Carlisle with the latest. Megan.
Well, Flora, back in the summer of 2010, when this first happened, it really left the community understandably rattled. That's because for 10 days, they had no idea who could have gunned down this prominent Harrisburg attorney. Well, fast forward to today's plea, and prosecutors say this case is still very hard to understand.
66-year-old Raymond Peake will spend the rest of his life in prison, but he'll not face the death penalty for murdering 42-year-old Harrisburg attorney Todd Getchin. The former Camp Hill State prison guard pleaded no contest to second-degree murder.
What he acknowledged up there is that we had the evidence to prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Evidence that included this surveillance footage obtained by ABC 27 from a storage facility the day after Peake's arrest. Prosecutors say the weapon you see him holding is Todd Getchin's custom AR-15 rifle. A retired Army sharpshooter, Getchin had a permit to carry the gun along with a special silencer. On July 21, 2010, the husband and father was shot to death at a rifle range in North Middleton Township. Authorities say Peake murdered Getchin in cold blood to get a hold of that silencer.
It was absolutely an ambush. There was no evidence of struggle.
We spoke with Peake's court-appointed attorney who said his client, an ex-Marine and Vietnam vet, had grown frustrated with the federal government.
He was a part of a militia group down in North Carolina, and he would either buy, sell, or steal guns.
He says Peake claims it was actually another member of that militia, a man he supposedly met at a local truck stop who killed Todd Getchin.
This guy obviously panicked and took off. He was Canadian, had no driver's license, had no social security number, and Peake said, "You'll never find the man."
If that's what he needs to tell himself to sleep at night, then that's fine with me. There's absolutely no evidence of that. None.
Now, several members of Todd Getchin's family gave statements before sentencing today, including this from his widow, Stella. It is an understatement to say the past 2 years were filled with pain. Todd was a committed father with a dedication to family. Our son will experience this loss over and over throughout the rest of his life. She also moved almost the entire courtroom to tears when she talked about taking her son to the Lion King on Broadway last month. And in the scene where Simba's father dies, she looked over and her son had tears streaming down his face. During all of this, Peake cried quietly, but when the judge asked him if he had anything to say, he simply shook his head. Back to you.
All right, Megan Healy live in Carlisle. Now, another Camp Hill prison guard is charged with helping Peake hide the gun, and prosecutors say Thomas Tuso is still facing trial.